So I am Hannah Rowlatt from RNIB's Technology for Life team, representing our service here today. So I'm the coordinator based in Wales. So Technology for Life is a UK-wide service supporting blind and partially sighted people to find out information about accessibility features and technology for independence and just to generally improve life. So we have three elements to our sort of service and the work that we do. So the first part is about providing support to people themselves who are blind and partially sighted. So we have a telephone helpline that operates Monday to Friday, 9 till 5, that anybody can get in contact with to ask questions, find out information, advice about what is available and how you can make the most of the technology. I've shared the phone number and email address with Liz, so hopefully she'll be able to share that with you all later if you'd like to get in contact with us in the future. The second part of the service that we offer is that we have a team of wonderful volunteers who, some of them of which have sight loss themselves, who can provide home visits and support people with that kind of extra step of support. So it's great that we have the telephone helpline and people can call us, but sometimes you just need a human being to help troubleshoot the problem, or it's something quite visual that you might need support with within your home. Connecting a broadband router is one of them. I have sight loss myself, and that's something that I had help from a volunteer from a couple of years ago, setting up a new router with all the different flashing lights and things. So at the moment, our volunteer home visiting service isn't operating just because of the public health pandemic. We do hope it will reopen soon, so watch this space as hopefully the situation will kind of ease and get better. However, our fabulous volunteers have been supporting people the best way that they can remotely. So we're still offering volunteer support over the telephone and also through remote computer access to try and troubleshoot and help as much as we can with technical problems. And then the third part of our service, the third element, is that we work with local organisations and partners and professionals to kind of provide them with training and to develop their skills so that they can then pass on information about access technology to the people they support. So I know today out there's a mixed group of participants taking part. So if you are a professional and you'd like to know more, then you can also please get in contact with us. Okay, so technology is such a massive field. There's so much out there and so many bits and bobs, and I could talk all day just about technology. So as our time is limited today, I thought that I would just quickly go through the top 3 things that we get asked about all the time as part of Tech for Life by people calling in and getting in touch with us. Okay, so the first one is about smartphones and tablets. So as you said, technology is everywhere, and so are smartphones and tablets, and they're amazing things for keeping in contact with others and also following your hobbies. So lots of people want to know about how they can continue to use them and about the accessibility features built in. So pretty much every smartphone and tablet on the market, so the Apple products, the Android products, and also the Amazon Fire products have accessibility features built in, meaning that blind and partially sighted people can pick one up and start using them. So the features tend to be visual changes, so you can increase the font size, you can alter and play around with the colours and the contrast, working out what works best for you. The other feature that they have is some sort of magnification. So either called magnification or zoom, where you can enlarge what's on the screen, zooming in to make it clearer and easier to see. And the third feature that they have just built into them out of the box is a screen reader. So whether that's VoiceOver on the Apple products, screen reader or talkback or voice assistant on Android, or voice view on the Amazon Fire products, you can turn on the screen reader and it will speak back to you what's on the screen. So what's happening there is that there's a box, and there is actually a box. I've been reliably informed by people with much better vision than myself. And so as a user, you're moving that box around the screen, and whatever appears in that box is what's read aloud. And you can do that either by just touching the screen or by flicking on the screen from left to right to move that box around. It's a fantastic feature that, like I say, is just built into all the devices. And once kind of turned on, will give you access to pretty much everything. So your messages, WhatsApp, Facebook, emails, your online banking, anything that you want to access, making these devices completely accessible and open, improving independence and, you know, making things better in your life and a bit easier for all those kind of everyday little challenges. The second thing we get asked the most about are apps. So apps that can just, like I said, make those little everyday things a bit easier. You know, technology is so transformative, and for people with sight loss, the benefits are kind of even greater than for just the general population, because they allow access to information that we wouldn't otherwise be able to gain access to. So there are fantastic assistance apps. So for Apple products, you've got Seeing AI, and for Android products, you've got Lookout by Google. Both of these apps are free, and they have features built into them where they can read text aloud to you. So if you were to receive a letter through the post, or, you know, on Monday when all the hospitality reopens, if you are heading out to a restaurant or a cafe and you've got a menu there, the app can take a picture of the item, the letter or the menu, and read it back to you, read it aloud, making that kind of that print stuff accessible. These apps also have a feature where they can identify products. So they use the barcodes on the products and they'll tell you what it is. So if you've got a couple of tins in your cupboard and you're not sure what you're eating, you want to make sure you're eating your beans, putting that on your jacket potato and not your tin of peaches. So those items can identify the product. And also the size of it. Sometimes there's extra product information depending on what it is, where it might even tell you the nutritional value of whatever the food item is, but that obviously depends very much on the item that you're buying there. The other app that people love and we get asked about all the time is Be My Eyes. So Be My Eyes is an assistant app where you can place a video call to a sighted volunteer who can assist you, and the sighted volunteer can see what your camera sees. So you can point it at whatever you need help with, whatever it is that I know somebody who they lost something on the floor, couldn't find it, they placed a call and the person talks them through to find whatever it is they'd misplaced. Somebody else uses it for the expiration dates on their food in their fridge to make sure they're kind of eating healthily. And there's volunteers throughout the world. So there's pretty much somebody awake at any time of the day or night who can assist. The other great thing about Be My Eyes is there's a specialist support section in the app where you can place a call to an organization. So people like Microsoft and Google are available on there, and other places, so like Clear Blue have an advisor on there, and also a recent addition to the app is the NHS track and trace. So if you have to perform a COVID test in your home, you have a direct dial into the NHS where there are trained assistants who can support you with your kind of COVID related questions. So there's some fab apps that kind of people ask us all the time about. And then the third thing that's kind of really popular as a topic that people kind of question us about are smart speakers. So the absolutely brilliant chatty lady that sits in the corner of the room, of whose name I will not say, she who must not be named, because I have one here and you might have one at home as well, and I don't want to set her off. But we get asked all the time about how these wonderful smart speakers, so the Amazon Echoes or Google Homes or Apple Home Hubs, can kind of support with independence. So they are incredible smart speakers. So a speaker that connects to the internet that you could, once set up, use your voice to control. So you say the wake word, the name I'm not going to mention, and they wake up and you ask them a question and they can answer. So these smart speakers can do a vast array of different bits and bobs to help us around the house. So things like, find me a recipe for this. you know, what's the news, what's going on here, play me a podcast, play me the radio. You can also, you know, play quizzes, and there's another great skill where you can put items, what's called what's in my fridge, where you can tell the app the things you have in your fridge, and you can set expiration dates for those items. So again, you can mark down kind of and check in with her as to what's in your fridge and when items are going off. I don't know about you, but I've got spices in my cupboard I probably need to go through, the dates that I can't see. So that's kind of what the app is kind of there to kind of support with. All of those devices also now have an ability, or sorry, I should say the Amazon Echo devices now have an ability to call straight in to RNIB. So if you do have any questions generally about sight loss, you can get hold of our helpline directly by just saying her name and call RNIB helpline, and you'll be able to kind of get straight in to us to ask for kind of any information or support that you need. Amazon have also created a great feature that's available on their Show devices. So these are their smart speakers that have a screen, so the Echo Shows. They have a camera on the front, so these devices are great. Even though they have a screen, they have voice view on them, so the screen reader that can read aloud. But they're great for sort of video calling somebody else who has an Echo Show, but also that camera allows them to perform something called show and tell. So again, you can take an item, a bit like the barcode scanner on Seeing AI or Lookout, where you hold your item up to the Echo Show and you say her name and you say, what am I holding? And she will tell you if she can't see enough of the item, depending on how you're holding it, she'll give you directions. So she'll say, you know, move up, move down, or she'll ask you to change the view. So she'll ask you to like rotate the item. If your hand is obscuring part of it, she'll ask you to move it so she can scan and see more of the product. And then she will tell you what it is and give you product information about that item. So it's a fab feature. So the only sort of slight caveat there is that they're only products that are available through Amazon. So it won't do your own brand supermarket stuff because they're not available through Amazon. But all your sort of branded products that you can purchase online through Amazon, and they do have, as you know, they sell a vast array of things, a massive database. So she is able to identify and pick up those products to tell you more information about them. So that's just a very, very quick snapshot of the three sorts of things that we get asked the most about. And like I said, there are loads and loads of more, much more technology available out there for all of us to kind of enjoy and use. So on our website, if you would like to know more information, on our website, we have a vast resources hub, which has information and fact sheets about all different types of technology. So if you're really new to this, or if you've maybe, you just want to check in and see what's new and what's available, then please pop along to see that, or you can get in contact with our team anytime. Like I said, those contact details I've shared with Liz, so hopefully she'll be sending them around to everybody later for you to get in contact with us. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Hannah. That was really informative. We've got a quick question.
Great.
When will home visits restart, and do you cover all areas of the UK? And this person lives in rural Cornwall. Okay,
so we hope not too much longer. We hope they'll be resuming soon. So from our point of view, we've put in, at the minute, we've got everything in place for them to restart. So we've got all the PPE, and obviously there's going to be an element of risk assessment and everything involved. So all of that is in place. We're just kind of waiting for the go ahead for us to start. Obviously, it was looking, the public health situation was looking so good last week, but we'll see obviously what happens with the new Indian variant and what's going. So we do have volunteers across the UK, and we've got around about 400 volunteers. There might be some rural areas where we don't have anybody, we don't have lots of support. So certainly I'm the coordinator for Wales. So I've got most of my volunteers are in the south. So there are, however, I'm very lucky to have volunteers who are willing to travel that extra mile to support people. So I don't know the situation where you are there in Cornwall, but we do have lots of volunteers in Cornwall. So please get in contact with us, and that's something we can explore with you and find, a way of providing whatever support you need.